Hello. I thought I'd tell you a few stories of the time when I used to work in an old folks' home. I was a chauffeur there. Very satisfying work. In fact, I worked there longer than I worked anywhere. Money was shit, but very satisfying. Anyway, yes. So over the years, various things occurred which I thought I'd pass on to you now. Might amuse. One day, the Queen Mother made a visit to the home. Special occasion, obviously. I think it must have been a centenary, something like that. Anyway, you remember the Queen Mother. She was mother to the Queen. She's dead now, but she lived to a grand old age. And she was very wee, very wee. Wee look. Like that. And yes, she was proceeding through the lounge with her retinue, and she came upon this little old lady who was propped up in an armchair. And she lent her, well no, she didn't lean over, it wasn't necessary. She was so wee they were virtually on a level. Anyway, she said to this little old lady, "Hello, do you know who I am?" And the little old lady said, "No, but ask Matron, she'll know, she'll tell you." Yep, that was that. And then on another occasion, you have new people arrive, new residents, and it was a bit of a culture shock for many of them. And a lot of them sort of rather overcompensated by being a bit pushy on the social aspect of things. And there was this chap, old chap, he arrived, and he was going around the lounge with the help of his Zimmer frame, nice and slow, baby steps. Quite a lanky chap he was, and wearing his pyjamas and a nice dressing gown. And he comes up to this little, not the same old lady, as a matter of fact, another lady, different day altogether, another lady sitting in another armchair. And he comes up to her, sidles up, and he says, "Can you guess how old I am?" And this lady, she reaches out her hand into this chappie's pyjama bottoms. She cups his testicles and sort of weighs them. Takes her hand away, back again, weighs them a bit more. And she says, "You are 94 and 3 months old." And they go, "What? Good grief, that's uncanny. How did you deduce that?" And she said, "You told me yesterday." It's difficult without a laugh track, you don't know whether you're getting anywhere or not. Anyway, carry on. And then there's Jim from Northern Ireland. This is all made up, by the way. There is no Jim from Northern Ireland, absolutely not. But he and I were great pals, and he was quite able when he arrived. And I used to supply him with contraband tobacco, Golden Virginia. Didn't make any money out of it, I just knew where I could get it, and so I got it for him. But later on, he was, no longer so able. He was sitting in an armchair in the lounge, and it was a Sunday, and as per usual on a Sunday, very short-staffed, very short-staffed. Anyway, at some point, Jim says, "Nurse! Help!" No response. Goes, "Nurse! Help me!" And eventually the nurse shouts out, she's down the corridor dealing with Clarissa Wangfumble. She said, "Jim, I'm dealing with Clarissa at the moment. I'll be with you as soon as I can." Several minutes pass by. Jim's getting more and more irate. Nurse! Help! Jim, be patient, I'll be with you. Anyway, eventually, the nurse turns up and says, now then, Jim, what can I do for you? And Jim looks up at her and says, you're too late. Me bowels have opened. That's it, really. Au revoir.